news. Tonight, 7 years jail for a Ballarat sex offender. World first technology trial to prevent bushfires in Victoria. And Jared Fitzgerald to coach the North Ballarat Rebels. Good evening, I'm Bruce Roberts. Also tonight, the state government weighs in on bullying claims at Ballarat Health Services. 6 women have slammed the jail term given to a former Ballarat man who groomed them and sexually abused them during the 1970s. Barry Foster was sentenced to 7 years jail this afternoon with a non-parole period of 5. Nathan Curry has been following the case.
Bruce, there's mixed emotions tonight for Barry Foster's victims after the 79-year-old was finally sentenced for his sex crimes, which he committed more than 40 years ago. One of his victims, who only wishes to be known as Britt, has been in court throughout proceedings and was at the Victorian County Court in Melbourne for today's sentencing. She says she finally has closure but wishes Foster had been caught sooner so he could have received more jail time. Judge Montgomery today noted Foster received a lesser sentence because of his age. He'd been running a successful business in Darwin up until last year when he was involved in a car crash. Police then made the connection and he was extradited back to Victoria. Britt says while he was enjoying life in the Northern Territory, she and her fellow victims were battling mental health problems caused by his abuse and have been through more pain than he will in jail. She says the sentence shouldn't deter other child abuse victims from coming forward. She says the sooner they do, the better chance they'll have at putting the offender away for a long time. Bruce.
Nathan, thank you very much. Nathan Curry reporting there. 26 jobs have been slashed at McCain Foods' Ballarat plant. The workers have taken voluntary redundancies as the company battles with rising costs. The Manufacturing Workers Union Food Division says it's glad the redundancies were not forced, but is disappointed more jobs have been lost in Ballarat. World first technology to prevent bushfires being sparked by power lines is being trialled in central Victoria. The $5 million technology suppresses electrical faults when a power line comes into contact with either ground or vegetation. And when News returns this Friday evening, Ballarat senior citizens raise concerns about the pension, and budding artists get involved and the Archibald Prize. But hitting your screen now is Kate Watts with a sport report.
Bruce, thank you very much. Coming up tonight, the Sovereigns to announce 2 National League recruits, and Jared Fitzgerald signs on for 2 years with the Rebels. Jared Fitzgerald has been announced as the new senior coach of the North Ballarat Rebels, signing on for 2 years. The former Roosters coach beat off 11 other applicants and says he's thrilled to be back in the Rebels' top job. The Rebels say he's the perfect person for the job. Western Victoria's netball club, the Sovereigns, is expected to announce 2 National League recruits to its lineup early next week. The club has expanded its selection process beyond pre-season trials. And Bruce, that is all in Friday Night Sport.
Fantastic, Kate. Thank you very much for that. We have the weekend weather details for you next with Britt Ditterich. Then a look at the stories that captured our attention in Western Victoria this week.
Good evening. A strong cool change has moved through today, delivering refreshing southerly winds after a very warm morning. Taking a look at the details, 23 the top today at Geelong, 19 at Mortlake. Ballarat recorded its top temperature of 21 degrees at 9:30 this morning, 25 today up at Donald. Checking winds at the coast for tomorrow, they'll be westerly 15 to 20 knots, turning south to southwesterly 10 to 15 knots in the evening. As to the forecast, a partly cloudy day in the southwest with a slight chance of an early shower. 19 the forecast for Geelong and the same at Colac. Warrnambool can expect a top of 17. For the Wimmera, there is the chance of a shower in the morning ahead of a sunny afternoon. 26 degrees at Donald, 25 in Warrnambool. Very pleasant. In Ballarat, a top of 19 degrees. It should be dry and partly cloudy. In Melbourne, heading for 19 degrees, dry with sunny breaks after a low of 12. And to the outlook, heading heading into next week. Sunday, a slight chance of some morning drizzle about the Otways. Dry, mild to warm and partly cloudy otherwise. 21 degrees at Hamilton. Monday, clear skies and becoming very warm once again. 22 the forecast for Warrnambool, up to 31 in Horsham and 27 at Hamilton. And Tuesday, another warm day but quite cloudy with the chance of some isolated showers developing from the west. 26 is the forecast at this stage for Ballarat. But for tomorrow, a cooler day to start the weekend. Bruce.
Great, Britt. Thank you.